647, 50 degrees in Dayton.
Let's check in with Storm Center 7 weather specialist Nick Dunn for a look at the weekend weather.
Here we got the weekend weather, but before we get there, we've got a trivia question this morning. Let's take a look. The question is, when do you think the last time Dayton had a white Thanksgiving? A tenth of an inch of snow or more. You have 2007, 1975, 2014, or 1959.
I'm going to say 2007.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the same thing.
Okay, let's see what we got. It is 2007. Whoop, whoop. Both of you are right this morning. In fact, back on Thanksgiving Day in 2007, we had 0.2 of an inch of snow at the Dayton International Airport, so not a lot. Are we going to see some snow this Thanksgiving? That's a little far out there to tell, but if you can't tell, Thanksgiving's definitely on my mind. I'm looking ahead to it. Let's give you a live look into Xenia this morning. A few breaks in the clouds as we're getting a little bit closer to sunrise. Temperature sitting at 48 degrees, but you notice the dew point also matching that air temperature. We are fully saturated, and thus we have a lot of those low clouds and a few pockets of drizzle right now. Live Doppler 7 radar is actually picking up on a few pockets of the drizzle and light rain up there in Mercer County, up and down US 127 through Darkin into Preble County, and also now starting to drift into southwestern Montgomery County. Now, this is not the type of rain that's going to be a soaking rain for us today, but certainly will make the roads a bit wet out there at times. Here's a look at Futurecast through 10 o'clock this morning. A few light blobs of green trying to get going, but you notice we don't see any yellows or oranges like we had yesterday. Very light rain. In fact, it's really not going to add up to much of anything at all. Into this afternoon, as you're coming home from work and school, we're still left with the clouds and temperatures in the 50s. Later on tonight into early tomorrow morning, there could be a few breaks in the clouds once again that may allow us to cool off into the 40s for just about everybody. But during the afternoon, I think we'll find a little bit more sunshine. Futurecasts might be overdoing just how quickly these clouds clear out, but for the high temperatures tomorrow, lower to middle 50s once again. Then into the day Sunday, it does start chilly, but you notice we're left with still some leftover cloud cover. The winds do turn southwesterly, and that'll help us to get a bit of a boost in the temperatures into the lower 60s there for Sunday. Then we're tracking a big change in the weather towards next week. A warm front lifts north on Tuesday. That gives us another chance of some soaking rain. It's also going to warm us up into the middle 60s. And then we're going to flip the pattern big time. Watch what happens into Wednesday. A cold front comes through as an area of low pressure passes through the Great Lakes. And then not only do we see some more rain on Wednesday, but watch what happens as some colder air starts to wrap around going into Thursday. Yeah, you notice some blue on the map here. Now, don't get overly concerned just yet. This is still 6 days out. But the bigger story is this low pressure system sits over us later next week. Much colder temperatures. If you haven't had a chance to dig out the heavier jackets just yet, as we look at my Storm Center 7-day forecast, by the end of next week, you may want to think about doing that. We're up to 62 for Sunday as we look at your Storm Center 7-day forecast with some more sunshine starting to help things warm up a little bit. Things turn interesting next week. 64 for Tuesday. How about 45 on Thursday? And we've not seen high temperatures like that in quite a while. We have weather and traffic every 10 minutes this morning. And Jake, it's been a pretty nice start for you out there on the roads this morning.